Welcome guys, this is KOK Party Favors. Today I'm going to be assembling a purse treat holder. This is the front and back. This red is the interior for the front and back. I'll be adhering these two together. When the Cricut machine cuts out the front and back layers, do not discard this portion. Keep these two portions. They'll be used as part of the assembly. We have our Gable box. This will be the interior of the purse. And then we have our poinsettia flowers that we will be decorating the outside of the purse with. Okay, this is for holiday brunch. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take a black sequin layer and a red layer. And it's important to make sure that when you're layering this, that you have it positioned properly, because if I turn this red over, you see that is not lined up. So before you do any, add any adhesive, make sure that you have it lined up proper. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put some hot glue around the perimeter of the purse, and then I am going to put some on the handle. So I'm going to first line up at the top here as best I can, and I never get it straight. It's always crooked. Okay, so I am going to add a few pieces of hot glue in between the cutouts on the handle. And if you don't line it up straight like I did here, I had to quickly adhere it so that my hot glue wouldn't get cold on me. So in the end, I will show you how we correct this overlap. So don't worry about that if you don't get it lined up absolutely straight. Okay, so now we're working on the other side. So we're going to make sure we have it lined up correctly. And we're going to add our glue around the perimeter. Then I'm going to make sure I put some on the handle. Okay, we're going to let that dry. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to trim up some of this area where we didn't line it correctly. We're going to trim that just a little bit because we want to make sure that it stands up straight. Okay. So I'm going to take my little trimmer and just trim it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just trim. Okay. So I cleaned up that bottom real good, and we're going to let that be enough on that. On this one, we have some on the side, so we're going to get that. Make sure you don't cut your top layer. You just want that interior layer. Okay, and then there's some up here by this handle. I'll go ahead and get that while I'm trimming. And we'll get a little bit up here. Okay. All right, so a little bit up here, we're going to clean that up. Okay guys, so we have our front and back. We have that done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lay our box flat. And make sure that when you adhere it, that you're only adhering it to the front and back of it, not the sides. So a lot of these boxes come folded. Just make sure that you're on the front and the back when you adhere it, okay? So what we're going to do is just make sure that we have it centered. There'll be a little bit overlapping the front and a little bit overlapping the back. Okay, so we're going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my double-sided tape here at the bottom. Okay. And this one I'll do the same thing, put my double-sided tape. Okay. And now we're going to also go ahead and put on our tab for the front. So what we're going to do is we are going to adhere the red over the black. Okay, and we're going to do it for the second set as well. And if you only want to use one color, you can just use one color. You don't have to overlap the two colors. It's optional. You can just set it any way you want it. Even if, and you may not want to use that. If you don't want, you don't have to use it at all. And so what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to fold it over. Just fold it over. It doesn't matter how much you fold over or how little you fold over, just fold it. Because what you're going to do at this point is you're going to take it and you're going to glue it down. And you're going to glue it on both sides. You're going to glue it on the front and the interior. Yeah, when I designed it, I said, well, I might as well make it where I can have like a little closure on the front. There's no need in throwing away that piece of scrap. So that's how I came up with this portion of the assembly. I'll wait till that dry and then I'll take it off. So here's the other one. We'll do the same thing here. That gives it a nice finished look. Just turn it over. Go across here and across here. Okay. Okay, so this is what the back side will look like. See, it looks like there's just a flap to close it with. Okay. All right. Now we're going to get back to the part where we're applying to the actual treat box. This is going to be to hold our contents and gives us a lot of support. So I put 3 strips of double-sided tape. I'm going to remove the backing and we're going to adhere it to our treat box. And make sure you line your bottoms up well. Okay. And we'll go to the other side. Take this double-sided backing off. This was a really fun project to make. My first time ever designing a purse template. I started out with a square and I ended up with a purse. So I'm proud of myself. Another thing with these treat boxes, they come in lots of colors. So if you want to get a red treat box, a black treat box, you can do that. You don't have to use white. I'm just using white because that's what I have a lot of for this tutorial. But when I make them, they will be the red boxes. Okay, so this is what we have. We have our front and we have our back. Now, if you want to get even more detailed, like I am going to here, you can add other decorative pieces to the purse. So I have 2 to go on each side, and I'm going to see how I want to. I don't want to cover that up. I could just put it right here in the center, or I could adorn the handle. So I'm not sure which one I want to use. I think I'll just put it on the front. So the handle will just be clear. Okay, and we have this back side. And I made these little poinsettia flowers and leaves on my Cricut machine. So this is going to be for a holiday brunch. And I may add the names, just like a little gift tag, and add the little name and just hang the tag here. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet. Okay. And I'm also going to, since I have these extra flowers, I'm going to add some to the side here. Just kind of cover up some of that white. Okay. And that's it for our purse treat holder, guys. I think it came out absolutely beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.